It is our KUAM Decision 2020 candidate interviews Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to get you guys more info on your senatorial candidates, your mayoral, vice mayoral,
and congressional.
Right.
But now we have on the line in Zoom Dominic Hernandez,
right,
Republican candidate for senator. Welcome to the show,
Off today,
Dominic.
guys.
Welcome to the show.
Dominic, since you're a newbie, we saw you on Facebook. I saw that you call your Facebook page The Informant. I guess first question is, why do you call yourself The Informant?
Well, actually, the name was actually given to me by people. I started the page originally to gather information as the crisis was unfolding in the very beginning. And more or less, I was just trying to keep people informed, trying to keep them updated on when stimulus was coming out, how much stimulus checks was out, how much disaster relief checks were released recently, and so forth. And people just started calling me The Informant. I kind of just stuck with the name.
Okay. So let's just start with why are you running for senator? What do you plan to focus on if elected?
Well, originally, I started running because a question was brought up to me from a friend, and I was one of the people out there commenting on what was going on with the government. And he kind of just told me, hey, Dominic, if you got solutions, why don't you run? So I was like, you know what, you got a point. Let me go ahead and see what I have to do to run and get out there, get my name out there. And, you know, I guess I started to become frustrated because of the whole idea of politics. Too often, you know, throughout the elections, especially in the past elections, you know, a lot of promises were given, a lot of promises were broken. And I was one of those individuals who was promised, you know, this and that, and this would be better, and it never happened. So I decided to step up and say, you know what, I don't believe we need more public servants that are willing to serve the public rather than for their own personal interests or political interests or whatever their interests may be. If elected, though, some of the stuff I do want to focus on is definitely the economy. I want to get jobs going. I want to look into attracting different businesses to come to the island to be able to help pump up our economy again and get things going, as well as to branch out our economy. I believe in diversifying our economy versus relying too much on just one source of income like tourism. As well, I believe in trying to improve public safety. I've been reading the news a lot lately, and you know, overall, Guam is a safe place compared to other places around the world. Mm-hmm. But I do believe we could be a lot safer, and I do believe we can do a better job than what we're currently doing as far as public safety.
Right. You said diversifying the economy. What are your ideas?
One idea I've been looking into is I've been talking to a lot of farmers out there about agriculture. Trying to get the agriculture market back up, trying to get them going, because even though maybe in exports we may not get a lot of money out of it, if we start growing food here in Guam and start producing our own food, it'll definitely help out with the local economy as far as reducing the cost of living when it comes to food, you know, versus having food shipped in and then we got to pay for shipments, pay for taxes and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Dominic, can you just share a little bit of background about yourself, your experiences, what you bring to the table?
Right. So we don't know anything at all about you, and you know it would be good to know.
No problem. Yeah. No problem.
Who's your mom?
So I'm a prior U.S. Marine. I served from 2006 to 2010. Most of my life I've been working in the private sector. I was living in the States for a while, working there, and then I came back to Guam in 2011. And my first job in Guam, I was working at the Nancy Security as a security officer. And then from there, I tried doing my own business in lawn care and auto detailing. My partner at the time, he ended up moving to the States because he was in the military. And from there, we dissolved our businesses. And just since then, I've been working at a men's karaoke bar as a bartender.
You know, we don't really have a lot of senators who kind of come from that working class background that you just talked about. I mean, I could imagine some of them laughing when you talk about the kind of jobs you've had. So let's, if you could, the perspective that you're going to bring to the Guam legislature, do you think that it would be something different than maybe what we're getting now with this current crop?
I would definitely say yes, because I come from, like you said, that part of the field where most senators won't come from. So I do have a better understanding of where the public opinions are coming in from, and things of those natures, especially with like unemployment, because I myself, I was unemployed during the crisis. Right now I'm on reduced hours, and I understand the frustration everybody's going through. I understand having to wait till, I believe I got mine in early part of June. I finally got my unemployment and was able to finally catch up on bills and get things taken care of. So I understand the frustration of the public, and I know how it feels. And having that perspective will definitely help, especially with being a public servant.
Mm-hmm. You know, we have I wanted to get one of the comments from our Facebook watchers. Andrew Terlahi, he writes that I'm tired of being taxed to death. Can you promise me no more taxes? You know, I wish that could happen, but you know, in reality, we do need our taxes, especially when it comes to paying for the government employees, getting the police department funded and so forth. So I can't promise that we won't, I can't promise for taxes to disappear, but you know, I can definitely help out as far as trying to make sure it's within reason.
Dominic, you know, you being a newcomer, maybe people wondering about which way you kind of lean politically. So if you could maybe reel off some of maybe past elected leaders we've had that you kind of maybe respect or think they've done a good job, or just where your beliefs lie within the Republican Party of Guam. And then maybe a little bit on why you chose to run as a Republican.
Well, I chose to run as a Republican because I'm more on the conservative side. I believe in, I have my respect for the church, and I believe in the fundamental ideas of family and church and everything like that as well. With respects to senators, I definitely respect Senator Moylan. He was one of the first ones to reach out to me, and even during the crisis, when I had questions and concerns of situations like unemployment and what our leaders were planning to do, he was answering questions for me. He was out there. I saw him on Facebook out there holding his sign up outside the legislative office, and that kind of inspired me.
Okay. You know, if you're elected, there's a lot of tough decisions that are going to have to be made in the 36th Guam legislature with respect to the government, the economy. How prepared are you, though, to make those sort of tough decisions in terms of, let's say, budget cuts? And do you see areas in the government that should be cut?
I would definitely say that with our current economic situations, that some budget cuts will definitely have to be made. You know, as a everyday citizen, if we have to budget ourselves off of $1,000 or $2,000 monthly paycheck to be able to survive throughout the month, or how long we have to survive for those that don't have jobs right now, I believe the government should do the same thing. That, you know, I'm not saying we have to lay people off, but maybe cut back on some of the spending that we're doing. Maybe not hire as many people, possibly consider some part-time work for certain positions so that we can save the money and use it toward areas where we can definitely help out the public.
Mm-hmm. What about the military buildup? Where do you stand on the military buildup?
Well, for me, I mean, I'm a U.S. Marine,
yeah.
So I support the military.
Mm-hmm.
For the buildup, I do support it. I believe it'll definitely help us out, especially in times like this right now, economically, where we do need that extra support. We need that extra arm from a different area to be able to create jobs and get people working again so that we can get our economy stimulated. And the military buildup is one option that could very well help us.
Right. Well, what do you think of some of the concerns that people raise about the military buildup and, you know, the bulldozing of ancient artifacts and Magua? Are you just all in on the buildup, or do those kind of issues,
No.
do you think they're valid?
I do think they're valid. I do respect our culture and our traditions, and I definitely want to preserve our culture by all means. There's always a way to work things out. The military says one thing, one side's saying the other. I have to personally research and see, what exactly is going on, because the old saying goes, there's your story, my story, and the truth in between. So from there, I have to research and figure out, what exactly is going on and how maybe we can come up with a better solution to work things out for both sides.
All right, thank you for that.
Dominic, people are going to take a gamble. I mean, obviously, we had a lot of newbies in the last legislature, and some people have had an issue with that, saying that we like these people we never heard of, put them in there, and look what we get. So when people vote for you, when they think I'm voting for this guy, I don't really know much about him, is it a gamble? So tell us the risk versus the reward of putting Dominic Hernandez in a seat in the Guam legislature.
Well, I'll say it like this. Anytime you're voting for anybody, it's always a gamble. You never know if they're going to do what they say they're going to do, or they're going to completely go the opposite direction. And it goes both ways, even with people who are experienced. They can just all of a sudden flip the switch and turn the other way. So it's always a gamble. But I would say, as far as me, I know I'm new. And I will admit, when it comes to politics, I'm not exactly the best experienced, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If it has to take some blood, sweat, and tears to do it, I'll get it done. I've spent already countless days going without sleep just to attend public hearings and work and everything else, just so I can learn and become better, especially in running for senator.
Political status, we'll go ahead and ask you that, and then we'll go over to your closing statement. So decolonization, political status, which of the status options, if the vote was held today, would the informant vote for? Statehood, independence, or free association?
Well, I would have to say that I personally would want to get educated more on the options, and I believe that I also believe that majority rules. So whatever most people feel is best for the island, especially since it's involving everybody, I would probably lean more toward that favor. However, like I said, I still have to research it myself and educate myself on each part. With statehood, are we going to end up paying federal income tax, and what is that percentage that we're going to end up paying? For independence, are we stabilized enough as we are to be able to hold our own? These are things I just want to be further educated on and learn more about, and figure out, do we have plans and solutions for all options?
All right, Dominic, we'll go ahead and give you the floor. Last minute and a half here. Closing statement. Dominic Hernandez, Republican candidate for senator.
Why should we vote for you?
Well, like I said, I may be new, but I'm determined, I'm young, and I'm willing to learn and accomplish the goals by any means necessary, especially if I have to throw in some blood, sweat, and tears, I will. Like I said, I'll spend countless nights if I have to, and I'm the type of person where before I decide anything, I want to research, I want to know about it, and I want to get informed on the situation and go from there, rather than just making a decision because somebody told me to or because of any other reasons.
All right, thanks a lot, Dominic. Best of luck to you.
Good luck, Dom.
Thank you.
All right.
Stay safe.
Get some sleep.
Right.
Get some sleep.
I will.
Okay.
I will. All right.
Already said he's been up for